so good to see both of you. It really is. And congratulations. I see a sparkler.
Thank you. Yes, we just got engaged.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's absolutely amazing. So tell me what happened. Was it romantic and gorgeous?
It was very romantic. We were on a holiday in New York, and Jake proposed to me on the lake on Central Park. It was very beautiful.
In a rowing boat, down on one knee.
Brave boy.
As Hannah cried, floods, it was great.
I just burst into tears, it was crazy.
Oh, that is so great. Were you in any doubt at all as to what the answer might be?
We had discussed it before, because I really wanted to be sure she wasn't going to say no, so I had asked her several times, if I propose, you will say yes, and so but I have to say it was one of the most nerve-wracking. I've never felt nervous in front of her before. And it took me a good 2 hours of rowing around before I plucked up the courage to get down on one knee in my wobbly little rowing boat.
Oh,
it was beautiful.
Was it really good?
It was
something
lovely.
you'll remember forever.
Oh, forever, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're very traditional because you asked Hannah's dad.
I thought it was the thing to do. I mean, I've always felt quite traditional, and I knew it would mean a lot to him, and I knew it would mean a lot to her. And when I told her that I had, she cried again. There's lots of crying. Yeah. And I thought at least if Brian Winterbourne said yes, then that was sort of half the battle, and hopefully that would push Hannah on to saying yes. And
my dad was really sweet because he said, look, you know, Hannah knows her own mind. I don't believe in this archaic rules, but it means a lot to me that you show me that respect. So I think it was really nice. Really nice.
It's really good. And how do you know, everybody keeps sort of calling you two a power couple. How do you feel about that? Does it feel weird?
I never know how to think about things like that. I mean, we're really lucky. I mean, I've seen how much people take from Jake's work and stuff he does, and I know that some people do the same for me. So we're really proud to be out there to help, you know, change people's lives if that's what's happening. Sure. But it's always weird to think of it like that. It seems a little bit arrogant to say that you're a power couple, but we're just happy being us, really.
I think what we get told most often is that trans people, you know, kids and older people who are just sort of starting their transition, look to us and say that we've given them hope that they'll find love. And my biggest concern when I started my transition, I think Hannah's as well, was never finding love, because I think trans people are made to feel quite ugly and unattractive. And I think, you know, if we're helping to inspire a new generation of trans people that they will also find someone for them, I think that's a huge honour. It's something I'm very proud of.
It's a massive responsibility as well, isn't it? But it's something I know that both of you work really hard to achieve. And you've worked together because we've talked about your films before, and I'm still waiting for this feature-length film.
Hannah and I have been working on it. I mean, because Hannah's been helping with ideas. Great. It's really moving on. And no, I'm very excited about it. I think hopefully it'll...
I love working with Jake. So obviously I'm in the army, that's my day job, and I still put most of my energy into that. But on the weekends and stuff, we sit down and we work on Jake's films, and I really love it, and something different like to do more of.
She's a great producer, great first AD.
Very bossy.
It's okay, you two working together though.
Military precision on set. No,
absolutely.
She's amazing.
No, it's great. It really is, isn't it? And it shows that we have come far, but there's still a way to go.
There is.
I mean, there definitely is. It's I think we're better in this country than other countries. We are quite lucky, so we shouldn't, we should celebrate where we are. But equally, there was, whilst there are still kids out there and still, old people out there who are depressed, being kicked out of families, losing their homes, and doing some awful things. Then absolutely, there's more work to do, and we will continue to do that work. And we can only represent ourselves, so we can only represent, a certain type of transgender person, a certain type of transgender couple, so we're not the be-all and end-all. But we know that when we do stuff, that people respond to it, and if that helps, then that's great.
I think what's crazy is that people are so concerned, people are so fearful of trans people, I think. It's as though it's threatening them, and it's threatening the very moral fibre of society, that there are trans people, I think, because people obviously see things as boy and girl and blue and pink, and anything that sort of steps outside of that really concerns them, obviously. But I think, really we just need to move forward to a place where people let each other just get on with their own business, and so long as you're not hurting anybody, then it's not a problem. I just don't understand why they've got so much spare time on their hands to worry.
To be outraged.
Just ask yourself why you care. And when you realise that there's no reason, then stop.
Now, look, you're engaged, so inevitably people will ask about the wedding. Is that going to be happening soon, or are you just not sure?
You must buy a hat for probably next July, Lorraine.
Next July,
because obviously that goes without saying that you will be invited.
I would be honoured.
And Hannah wants a summer wedding, so Hannah shall have a summer wedding.
Exactly. She wants what she gets, of course.
Absolutely.
And what about looking ahead to kids? Is that something you've discussed or you would like to do?
Yeah, we massively so.
I think we discussed it on our first phone call, didn't we?
Pretty
Before
much.
we even had a date, I said, by the way, we are going to be having kids. And she said, actually, that's something I feel quite strongly about as well. So luckily, we were on the same page with that.
Obviously, things will be slightly more complicated for us, so, timelines might be a little bit stretched or whatever, so we're thinking about it now. But, trying to balance out the costs of wedding and having kids and all that kind of stuff.
Surrogacy, and I mean, I think it's going to be probably surrogacy, but we've spent a lot of time with my younger sister's son and daughter in the last 2 years or year or so.
Yeah.
And watching Hannah with kids is just amazing. It just makes me want to start a family with her as soon as possible. So obviously it's not going to be that easy for us, but I think we wouldn't be happy without kids, and
we will find a way.
You will find a way. You've overcome so much and you've helped so many people. You really have. It is great to see you.
Thank you so much.
I cannot wait for the wedding. It's going to be fantastic.
Can't wait.
Thank you both. Thank you both.
Thank you.
It's always a
Thank you for
joy
having
to
us.
see you. You always cheer me up. Thank you.
Cheers.